everybody. Lindsay Wilson here from Positive Performance and the Mindset Coach Academy. And today we're on with Mark Ehlen, and we're going to be talking about his transformation through the Mindset Coach Academy. You're about ready to graduate and become a certified positive performance mindset coach. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But I really want to focus on you and your story and your transformation, because you do have an interesting story. And, you know, in the last 3.5 months, sort of take me from, well, tell me a little bit about yourself and your background first, and then take me from sort of where we started a couple months ago to where you are now from an internal transformations perspective.
Well, I'm a longtime college basketball coach. I was a D1 head coach for 30 plus years at Xavier and then at the University of Toledo. And the last, say 8 to 10 years, I've been an assistant coach around the Cincinnati area. But I've always had this desire to do something else outside of coaching. And so when I retired a couple of years ago, kicking around ideas, and to become a mindset coach would be a really good pivot for me. It's something I've always been interested in. It keeps me involved in the game, but it's really needed out there. And so, you know, I tried to maybe start it on my own, figure it out on my own. Then I realized that your course was available, and I thought, well, this is kind of a no-brainer because you know, this allows somebody to push me in the butt when I need it, and I definitely needed it.
So, you know, first of all, you're way too humble because you're a Hall of Fame coach, and you know, 30 years coaching Division I is no joke. And I think, you know, one of the things that I've seen in you is you had this, what I call like this nagging sense that you had more to offer the world, right?
Yeah.
You already had this other voice that's like, oh, maybe other, you know, maybe there's nothing else for me. But you had these sort of competing voices, and you knew you needed to take action towards one or the other, right?
Right.
But also, I think the transformation I've seen in you has been this, like, I mean, you have 30 years plus experience, and you have these incredible experiences and gifts and knowledge. I mean, you know a ton about the mind and how it limits us. But to be able to get that out into the world, I think felt like this big thing that you just weren't able to do. So tell me more about sort of that internal shift, because now I see you and you see the opportunities around you, and you recognize that this is your gift that you are now going to be taking out into the world. And tell me not only what that shift has been, but how that feels.
Well, it feels like for the first time, I kind of have control of my path. And, you know, I think I'm not alone. There are many people like me who go into hiding, and they're afraid to give the best of what they have to the world. And I didn't want to go out like that. I'm 65. This is my third act, and I want it to be a great act. I don't want to sit down and watch TV the rest of my life. I want to do something. I want to impact people. I know I can impact people. This is giving me that opportunity to do that. And it's a daily battle. I mean, what you provide in our class with the Mindset Beast and you know, the affirmation, the meditation, things that I work on myself. And, you know, I've been around a few years, and I still need to work on myself every single day. I still have doubts every single day, but I also have a mechanism to build myself up to that place where I know that I can be of value to other people and put my best self out there. That's my plan.
Yeah. And well, you're doing it. And I just got goosebumps because I think, you know, there's also like the Mark that could have not taken action, right? And like a lesser person, I think, could have just rode off into the sunset and like played golf and been like, well, you know, I gave a lot, and even though I have this nagging sense, I'm just going to ignore it and do what's easy, right? And that's golf or whatever, you know, sit in front of you. But
it's not golf.
What's that?
It's not golf, believe
No,
me.
me neither. It's just, but I think, you know, one of the things, even in the last couple of weeks, like seeing your transformation and then being able to see that go out into the world. And the biggest example is you're doing your Facebook video the other day. Like you're doing the free throw pre-shot routine, which, as we all know, and you said in the video, is like, regardless of your sport, but everybody knows, like the free throw in basketball is a game within the game, and it's a mental game within the game. And all the info that you taught in there, again, this is where the Mindset Coach Academy, I think, is kind of funny because, yeah, maybe you learned some of those things from us, but probably in 30 years, you actually had that stuff inside you already. This stuff isn't rocket science.
Right.
The fact that you've been working on yourself through the certification allowed you to put that out into the world. And that will help people. That video, especially if you don't hide it,
Yeah.
you're getting it out there. But that video, I mean, that's just one thing that was inside you the whole time because you have 30 years of this experience. So talk to me about what it feels like to almost unearth, again, you know, you've gotten new tools from us and all that, but like a lot of it, I think, is understanding what's already there inside you and having the confidence to get that out. So tell me what that, I mean, that video in general, but like sort of that experience has been like for you, kind of unearthing these things.
Well, it's funny you say that because one of my affirmations in my mindset beast is I'm the only one standing in my way. I have everything inside of me that I need right now. And yeah, and I believe that. I know that I'm the only person, you know, I could stay in hiding. I've been in hiding for the last 2 years, really. And it's no way to go through life. And so this is bringing out the best in me. I mean, it's like I said, it's a daily challenge because I think it's human nature just to be comfortable and relax I just don't want to live like that. I want to give what I have. I mean, you said it. I do have a lot of experience and both good and bad. And
Yeah.
not just in a coaching sense, but just in a personal sense. You know, the transformation that I've gone through, not even in the last few months with you, but in the last few years, figuring out what I want to do with my life. You know, I'm a little unique in that I'm probably 20 years older than most of the people, you know, joining this program, but it's never too late.
Yeah.
And kind of what I'm thinking right now anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Talk to me about, you know, your wife or other people around you. What kind of shifts have they noticed in you? I always think that's kind of interesting to hear what people that love you and see you every day have noticed, you know, because the last couple of months has been intense.
Yeah, well, I'm up earlier and my wife notices that certainly because I'm up doing my morning ritual and things of that sort. So she's noticed that right away too. And the biggest thing I think she's noticed, if you were to ask her, is that I'm excited about something again, and you know, I'm not just kind of milling around. You know, I've kind of found my way. I spoke to somebody about what I'm planning just a few days ago, and someone that I've kind of confided in because I've been searching for the last few years when I knew I was going to get out of coaching. And this person said the same thing. Said, when you talk to me about what you're planning on doing, opening up Brain Train Basketball, you sound excited, and I haven't heard that before. So that makes me feel good, motivates me.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me about the future. What's the vision?
Well, Brain Train Basketball is the idea, and I want to get out there and help basketball players, basketball teams with their mindset. You know, also with some skill work too. I haven't quite figured that out, how much skill work to be involved. But again, I have this information and the experience and the knowledge. It'd be a shame not to use basketball in some sense, but um, there's a lot of kids and a lot of coaches, frankly, who need this information in terms of how we can help players and help teams reach their full potential.
Mm-hmm. And tell me about that, that confidence in that, or that belief. I mean, how is your sort of vision for how you're going to use this maybe changed, or, you know, from a couple months ago? I mean, I know you knew you wanted to do this, but if that has changed, how has it changed? In the
Well,
last.
yeah, to be honest with you, it's crystallized everything. I mean, one of the reasons I joined because I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, your wheel is a pretty good wheel, and I thought, well, let's learn everything I can, you know, from you and what you do to help players and help teams and your programs and everything like that, and I can tie right into that, and it's made it's shortened the process. Quite frankly, I can get started, you know, real soon. Whereas if I was on my own, who knows when I could have learned all this stuff or gotten out into the world. And be honest with you, I may not have ever gotten out into the world, you know, because I would have kept just reading books and writing down plans
Yeah.
and never get started, never get anything out there.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get it out of the world, Mark.
Yeah, I know that.
All right. Well, I am excited for you to take out in the world. And uh, again, with your experience, I think I've said this already, you're a Hall of Fame coach. Like, you have so much knowledge in that brain of yours. And, kudos to you for taking action, because you could have easily just sort of, rested on your laurels. And instead, there's going to be some really lucky young athletes that get to work with you and learn from you. So
Yeah, I appreciate that, Lindsay.
yeah. All right. We'll talk soon, Mark. Thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.